Inez at night.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
His finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems like a shithole.
It has its problems.
Okay, let's look at these perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad! 18.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means.
Doesn't matter, 18 is good. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many. It's
Holy
hard to
shit.
count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Gotta be a record of cases or something. Hey, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often...
There's no way this is gonna be good.
Let's take a look.
It's gonna be like... solved minor cases, reprimands, solved major cases, or something like that.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18 years I've done this. Got drunk like Metastar. Walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,155 days remaining. Probably some boring office jobs, same as everyone else. I feel like I went around apologizing all the time, says Clary Cop. You really think I have anything? I don't know, just like 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Honestly, I might let, like, the intrusive thoughts in for a second and say something weird like this. 9,855 days remaining.
Cool. I'm glad you joined us. Not a lot of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we?
Him just goes with anything. All right.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases.
Okay.
Closed is good.
Sure.
It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot for 18 years?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Maybe I am a super cop.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct.
Were.
Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Wow.
You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So, I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Am I actually a good cop? I solved tons of crimes and didn't actually have to resort to violence very often? Why did I decide to get so drunk I forgot my entire existence?
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of those officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Uh-huh. Gives me a meaningful look. I bet he does.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
But I want to know more about you, Kim. Maybe I should find a hobby.
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
Well, I mean, that also is a kind of hobby.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
All right, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
What? Officer profile. Name unknown, rank unknown, Superstar Cop 1, Apocalypse Cop 1, Sorry Cop 4, Boring Cop 1, at least I'm not boring, Communist 4, Fascist 0, Ultra Liberal 1, Moralist 1, good cop / bad cop 11. Is this like a positive or negative number? I wonder. Honor is 1, people killed 3, cases solved 216, years in service 18. All right, let's try and negotiate for a room.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes, actually. What do you know about that? Not a lot of people had access to this place.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you weren't sleepwalking or in a fugue state or have amnesia. It happens to people, even perfectly normal, insane people. Could someone on your staff put them there? Who else has the keys? Okay, first, maybe you just don't remember.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer.
I mean, you're not wrong. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Like I am flashing light directly into his face here. Yeah, can I fine him for disrespect? Exactly. I need to do these fines to pay for shit.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
Thanks, game meta commentary.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. 2 men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
So happy we invested in Shivers.
Thank you anyway.
Right, let's talk about something else.
Yes?
So about the money I owe you.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. It's cold out. I'll face to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. Come on, man. After everything I've been through, Kim is about to say something. Let him. I mean, I'm sure Kim is going to be the one who gets us through this, but I'm going to try something. I'll pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. Probably. I don't know. I don't really remember.
As a police officer, you must understand that I cannot take you at your word without evidence.
All right. That's pretty good, Gart. That's pretty good. I'll give you that one.
Evidence being money. You can't stay here without money.
You know, I still have my key.
Good luck trying to use it.
Oh, he taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
I'll find a way in. I'll break the door down. Settle down, me. Settle down. This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Okay.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
What's the deal here, Kim? What's in your car? Or is that where I'm sleeping tonight? Do you have a fold-out couch?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Why is the fuel preheater gauge lit up again? Oh, maybe because it was running for a little bit. Look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
God, I love Kim. What are those
They are
things?
spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
Did you want to put those spinners on your machine? Do you want help? I can help you install them, right? No! No, we have to sell them! We have to sell this cool spinner. You know, probably for the best. You would have just gotten in trouble anyway.
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yeah, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me. I am sorry, cop.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Tap on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled
Most sorriest cop in all the land.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you.
No, that's fine, bro. You've done enough. Trust me. What is this? Oh, there's a bench. See, maybe I could just sleep on the bench. You can keep your spinners, man. I'll just sleep on the bench. Some great tectonic forces craft the pavement like an eggshell.
the worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Game, you just spoiled to me that Kim's not always going to be with me, and I hate that. Okay, it is interesting that there's, a mechanic for passing the time that involves reading books. Oh, like a bonsai. Ancient fountain doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Is that a pond over here? Wait, there's so much more to this map than I thought there was. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. What do these colors indicate? Different skills? The coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. The ad reads, broken window? Tibbs has windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you collect these bottles and sell them. God damn it! How do I get it back? Oh wait, did the free to sell bags?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization
Yeah, I remember.
project in 49. The design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Evrard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Cool, I dig organized crime. It's the best. Can't we do something about it? I'm just going to say this is kind of a joke.
That's odd. I could swear you were a police officer.
Listen, I'm not going to go and put a coin in here right now in front of Kim while we're selling us cool spinner hubcaps just so I have a bed for the night. We'll come back later and do it when we figure out our currency situation a little bit more. Cape Side Apartments, Martinez Pier. The roundabout north. The things I've seen and said. You and me both, buddy. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. What is this on the ground? Oh my god, it's a bag! It's a bag! It's a bag! Yes! Success! I have the most important object in the game! Alright, I also have the oblong blue pen. The blue pen, like a large caliber bullet that shoots out ink, once belonged to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Comes with a side order of resentment. The magnificent 200 magnificent hubcap spinners that Lieutenant Kutsugari has donated to you, so you can pay for your room at the Whirling. They're slate blue and shimmer haughtily in the light. Blue's gotta have some symbolism here. Plastic bag has Fritzig written on in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. You can crack it open. As you crack it open, a musty gust of air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer. Perfect place for tear. So equip this to collect tear from the streets. So let's go and put that in for that hand. Oh, look at the little jiggle physics on that. All right. Garbage can over here. Do you have any bottles? There you go. Oh, man. We're now a street bum. Great. Splatter of bullet holes line the wall. It's sort of an anarchist symbol. Look at these arrows. Leading here and there. Huh. That's interesting. Thanks for the bag, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, are we Hobocop now? Oh my god. I gotta pay for my medicine. Are these... Oh my god. Check mark. There's lots of little writing all over the place. Oh. Come back. Nope. Right there. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Really? Alright. Look at all these cans. Kim's gotta be like, oh my god. What are we doing? Streetlights? Helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Oh. What are all these vehicles? So the drawbridge which is up. Hot air rises from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. The tear machine was at the Frita, right? There's garbage here. I don't know if I have the key to this one. Oh my god, there's gloves! Fingerless gloves? +1 to electrochemistry? Yeah, baby. Oh, man. Full Hobocop. Keys. Keys to room number 1. Key to bookstore back room. Bullets. Still have a slot for glasses. Can I get some cool shades? Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. I wonder what... Do we know what day of the week it is?
A couple of indicator
I think it's
lights are
Monday.
missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Pull the lever!
Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the...
Hey, Aussie Russian, thank you very much.
You hear a soft clunk. Then... nothing happens.
Push it hard. No, we're just gonna... Okay, push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
The lieutenant humps himself while staring at activities. Release
The
left.
spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
It was. We may just have to wait. Butter sign down.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What a Samaran butter.
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste.
I will attempt to reconstruct what happened here.
Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal.
We had some decent die rolls on Monday. Not so much today. Yeah, Kim just wants to go to bed, and here I am collecting every bottle in the game. Is this the pawn shop? It is. Are you still open? What is this? Oh! +1 health! Let's use that immediately. Okay. I'm gonna buy all sorts of cool shit here, and I still won't be able to sleep in the room. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? The bust of a woman, the plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric factions thrown in.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let's let our gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Oh, the spinning.
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
It would really tie the room together, dude. Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where'd you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him. I don't know, we can use it as leverage.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
How much for the streetlight?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Are you out of your mind? There's one like it on every corner. I could go and get my own right now.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
I hate that we haven't talked to our Thai today. What do you mean transformations?
Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
It's pretty big, though.
Okay, that checks out.
I mean, is there seriously an option to attempt to buy it? We'll have to see in the future. There's nothing else you need to know about the light. There's a door there. Oh, I can peek at a sound system.
The boxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented.
It's not a door,
They
it's a cabinet.
stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle.
Does it have a cassette tape in
A
it?
classic boom
With a sad banger.
says, Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite.
I mean, my name is supposed to be golden orange. Like a forest fire and smells of whiskey.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeeper, the Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Actually affordable. What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Theoretically, I could bring it to a beach party, I say to Kim, for some reason.
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now.
No. We need the beach
The
episode.
investigation first.
It's an important part of every TV series. Okay, Kim, I'll just rock out with the pawn shop owner then. Actually, it doesn't have to be a beach. With a boombox like this, I'll bring the party into the streets.
You can play it any way you like. And I guess since you're a police officer, no one can arrest you for it.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
I mean, I'm sad cop, but this guy is like, or sorry cop rather, but this guy is like super sad pawn shop owner. Okay, well, I don't have the money right now anyway, plus I probably shouldn't spend my money on this right now, but maybe later. Hey Roy, listen, I'll
If
talk
you
to you later.
don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
I don't know why he could possibly be bothered by something like this. How could this possibly be a problem to anyone, you know? No, I don't understand it. I love that.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
All right. Sorry about that. We're saying sorry again.
I do appreciate it.
Okay, and put the flashlight away.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in
I wonder how many people are there trigger this dialogue.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light.
All right, it's the projector doing this, not that. I thought it was the light spinning. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. Shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts. Now the RCM is here, tell me if you had any trouble lately. I'm gonna go 2.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Law enforcement being inconsistent? That can't possibly be correct.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical vacuous consumerist objects. That's right, comrade.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your critique.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Sure, let's do it. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on?
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
I feel like we failed every die roll today, which can't possibly be true, but that's certainly what it feels like.
Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Did you have any guns like ones carried by cops? I seem to have lost mine.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Several questions.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Hang on, I need to take a hit of something. Okay, I'm fine. It's a pawn shop.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
No, it's kind. Kim's bro. He's gonna be cool with it.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quite yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight.
It does sound like I was in that kind of state.
The money. When I
What do I use the money for?
Normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Oh. Come on, maybe I will one of these days. Woo! Woo! I'm sorry you had to see me in the state. How much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
That's it?
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there, too, in case you didn't notice.
Maybe I really shouldn't have killed myself. Maybe I still win one of these days. Honestly, that's our vibe.
The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say.
Was the buyer policeman too? I don't think it was.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it.
I wonder if someone we already met.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yes.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I'm sorry, I sold my gun. I'm gonna lean into the sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
This mess. He means your mess.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was.
Can you describe her?
Or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Well, at least now I know I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Well, first, there's something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
How is Kim not? You know what? Give me back my goddamn hubcaps. Go solve this case yourself.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud?
Okay, so he gives us the value that we see in our inventory.
Jumper-esque banger. No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course.
We can't negotiate?
I meant no offense.
Really?
200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
I thought I was going to get the 200.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'd like to sell my clothes. I'm wondering, since I've paid for my room. Okay, I have this pin, but before I sell it, I have some questions.
Jean-Baptiste summer dinghy rates is 31. What a pleasant time that was.
Sell Kim's pen. Oh my god.
So, what do you want to know? Price? I can give you 320 for it.
320, that's a ripoff.
Pin from 31 ought to be priced at 310, but I added another 10 cents just to be nice.
No, I'm not gonna sell it for that little. I'm gonna give it back to her right away, and then I don't have to rebuy it. I'll collect more bottles. It's fine. That's all I wanted to know about the pin.
Sure thing. So, do you want to sell anything?
I can sell my old shirt.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector!
I'm so happy we got a necktie line today's stream. I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
It's the lieutenant's handkerchief. Like, I don't want to sell any of this stuff right now. Honestly, this old gun might be a good pick. It's broken and everything. Although maybe we have a way to fix it. No, whatever. I have enough to pay my rent for tonight. I'm not going to sell anything else.
Another time, perhaps.
But, oh! Oh! I get a +1 to my roll because of the strange tie incident. Let's roll again! Electrochemistry.
Nope, still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
First of all, that's an excellent response. But come on! What is it, 52%, 58%? Like, because I got the better... you might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it. but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
You know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery.
48
Bad
and
for
52.
business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
That's all I
The
got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Yeah, there was nothing
Sure
here.
thing.
Nope.
Sure, man.
What's in this cabinet? We didn't click on that.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some
Today we had anti-streamer luck.
others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Interfacing. Win her back. To win who back? Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table.
Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
I mean, I know there weren't great odds on any of these. They were basically, these last 3 checks were basically all coin flips. But failing all of these is annoying. Yeah, win her back? Who?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
I love that my internal voices are now fighting with each other. Inspect the knights.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
We are going to end the stream relatively soon. I'm just wrapping up this room here. Point at the knights on horseback. Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
We got a little bit of insight on one of Kim's hobbies. Inspect the blue uniforms. Blue!
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Inspect the figurines and rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. Possible to win against the cohorts of the capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me. I wish it was more nuanced, as it stands I cannot comment. It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it.
Maybe.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Maybe we can get another modifier for our electrochemistry roll.
On this fine night, what brings you here?
You know it's not really a fine night. The weather's terrible. How come you're still open? How come you're still open, man?
The
Oh, I should have said it's cool you're open.
Always open.
+1. Roy doesn't really sleep. Strange times in it. Okay, our third roll on this.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light. while the mind
We still
continues
only barely made it.
forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Roll Holodon. What is it?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Well, he's got shades and he doesn't like me shining light in his eyes. It's just me or is it really warm in here? Take off your eyes. It's just me or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
What's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
As in, like a radioactive pile?
Had to take Parolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
People's pile, what's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Oh, great.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
Why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol.
As they should.
Needless to say, things didn't work out.
All right, tell me about a particle decay
A
generator.
primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure
Sabotage?
turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however.
We should have done this first. It might have
Years
affected
in
more of the
the
conversations with him previously.
Years getting sick.
Must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it.
Yeah, the Twitch extension would be fine for people just like checking on stats and stuff if they were curious about things. But I think it implied that it had some other things like, you know, like maybe some pop-up interactive voting for decisions and things. Maybe that was all optional as it went. But I didn't want anything that would like influence things, because if, you know, everyone's voting for things to go one way and like, well, now I feel pressured to do it. And I really want the story to go in perhaps unexpected ways by picking random decisions. That's why we're not running the Twitch extension. Trying to get as pure of a baseline experience as we can possibly manage, despite occasionally seeing some things in chat from time to time. Second hand.
So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole.
I mean, it is.
I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Well, thanks for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Yeah, can you share your beer hard gel with me?
Have you tried it before?
Probably.
It's almost like he's worried for you. The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire something.
Kim has to ignore so much shit I do.
Looks like he doesn't want to get involved.
I feel like the more sober I've gotten, like the further away I've gotten from my hangover, the more these weird behaviors are actually coming out. I think I was trying too hard, you know, early when the first stage of amnesia to be like, no, I are serious cop. You know, now he's like reverting to type, whatever that might be.
Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Tried the pyro every day. I think I tried it once and I liked it.
Here you go, man.
He presents a large cap-shaped object in the palm of his hand. Very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut. Not so sure about this.
Wait, why wouldn't I'd be sure.
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
Right, it's not Fallout. What? I'm gonna take it, but I don't necessarily mean I'm going to take it right now. Well, we'll find out. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Okay, item gained. Good. All right. I'm done. Okay. It's in the tool slot. Substance use effect. +1 psyche, -1 health. 4 uses. +1 psyche affects a lot of skills. So it's a tool, which means you equip it? How do you consume it? It doesn't have an interact, which is interesting. You can. I am asking for this one because I don't want to accidentally fuck up and use it the wrong way. Like, it's tool. I think you put it in your hand. Does it trigger on conversations like the pry bar does? Put it in your hand, and then it just instantly gets used. And use it from a button on the interface. Oh, there'll be an interface button. Oh, there are little buttons down here for my hands. I've always just used this as an indicator of what I'm carrying, but maybe those are something I can then click on to activate. Okay, but we got ourselves a new item, which is great. It'd be really funny to turn around and pawn it back to him. It doesn't have a value, though. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here. It's just short of midnight in the game. We're going to go back. We're going to pay off our tab, get a room for another night. We're still going to have like $8 or something left to our name. Maybe I won't give... Lena, I think her name was. Maybe I won't give her the brooch back or the pin back immediately, but I'm not going to sell it right now. We could use it to potentially get some books and different things. There might be some other stuff to pawn off, but I don't know what's important, and maybe none of it is, but I guess I can always buy it back, but at a premium. Maybe it auto-filters to only show me stuff I can sell that doesn't matter, but like we got a postcard. Probably we can sell that, but at the same time, it was only worth like 15 cents or something, so I don't know how much that matters. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to go and raid a Kiss for Lux channel, where there is some Palia being played over there. Give her some love. I'm going to see you all on Saturday. Saturday is our next live stream. We start at noon. We're playing more of this game. We're going to see how many buildings we can actually visit in here. But yeah, thanks everyone who came out. This has been a wonderful game, a wonderful experience. I'm so happy to finally be playing it. It's just as good as I'd guessed it would be based on things. And I'm super hyped to play this again after doing this and make completely new decisions to see what the game is like. See you on Saturday, folks. Bye-bye.